Okay, let's look at the next module within the Business Builder Business Development Series. What you're looking at again is the dashboard within the RED portal. The RED portal is where we house different methodologies and surveys. The one that we're looking at currently is the Business Builder survey. Again, within your dashboard, when you access your dashboard, you will be able to see where the last 10 customers added, the last 10 modules assigned, which are the forms that you send to the customers. So we can see that Mr. Jim Morrison is the example that we've been using. We can see that we have sent him a form. If we click on that, we're able to see that he did respond to that form. We can able to look at that response and be able to look at the details behind that. And again, if I just quickly look at this, this is the raw feedback from his response, all of those on a scale of 1 to 10. New markets, you can see the different scores on each one of these areas, as well as there is a summary within this as well. So section 1 was business planning. 2, product service, your market, your customers, capability, finance, marketing, sales, people, and governance. In this next one, we'll be looking at people, managing an optimal team. We're able to go back and we can able to go back and also see that this customer, we have actually assigned the modules. You're able to view the modules. For this one, we are looking at people management. People management, you'll be able to set goals together with your customer, track activities. There are additional content available, team development, team leadership, leadership models, principles of coaching is available for you as additional content, as well as the videos that will take you through the tools that we are looking. We've got organizational chart that needs to be developed with the customer, management and leadership maturity assessment, which is the main assessment that we will be completing next. Succession management matrix, a major model looking at the resources and the critical skills within a company and how to allocate those and put succession planning in place, as well as employee retention strategies. Employee satisfaction survey, which is a major component of ensuring that the culture indeed is at the level that we need in order to execute the strategy. That means looking at the number of people that are engaged within and not actively disengaged within the company, and also providing performance review templates. In this session here, we'll be then looking specifically at the management leadership maturity assessment, which if you download will open up the tool, which as usual gives you instructions on how to complete the assessment. In this case, our ranking scale changes from 1 to strongly disagree to 5 to strongly agree. If we look at usual, we are able to set the weighting. Remember, this is a management and leadership assessment which ranges across the entire company. The aspects that we're looking at leadership in would be leadership itself, which carries a 15% weighting, training, staffing, budgeting, purchasing, project management, communications, and team buildings. How are we doing with management and leadership capabilities within each one of these areas? Once you've looked and reset the weighting to appropriate levels to where you want to, if we maybe put staffing lower and increase budgeting to 15%, making sure it's always 100%. So if we look at the self-assessment, we'll be able to see that we look at those specific elements which we just weighted now, which was leadership, training, staffing, budgeting, purchasing, project management, communication, and team building. And if we look at the specific questions, then what we asked, we'll look at the first one, which is leadership in itself. So organizational structure is clear and reporting relationships are clearly defined. We are normally very good with that. We send our managers and on leadership on development courses as provided by organization. We might be a bit behind on the training side, where we get caught up with the workload and not able to do training. Senior leaders provide coaching and mentoring. Our culture and environment is more results orientated than process orientated. All employees are reviewed for performance-linked KPIs, and for that, we know that we've got a specific KPI management tool that gives you the ability to do the survey. Looking at training as well, our training programs are up to date and produce top quality executive staff, most probably an area to look at. We have succession planning. Again, like I mentioned, there is a succession matrix tool that we can complete, and once completed will increase our score. Employees are provided with employee training and manual self-study. We have job rotation. Each staff member has a training plan. We measure impact on training sessions with tests and other survey methods. So that was training. Now if we look at staffing, job descriptions for all positions are available. We provide you with job description templates as well as the surveys and performance management tools to help you with that. We assess salary benchmarks on an annual basis. I was probably guilty of not doing that, making sure that our salaries and benefits are market related in order to retain our top skill. Our compensation plans are regularly reviewed. We have the skill set required to execute our strategic plan. Again, here we will be doing a capability assessment, looking at all the capabilities in each one of these areas. And until then, we'll say, but we're not sure. We gather feedback, exit interviews, and do reference checks before employing. On our budgeting, how do we manage and how's our leadership? We analyze the project return on investment, yes or no. Capital expenditures are scheduled according to cash flow. That means we don't just spend, but align to cash flow projections and budgets. Unforeseen expenditures are reviewed and prioritized. We conduct zero-based budgeting rather than adding and reducing from last year's. Purchasing, looking at the decision and management and the leadership across our purchasing decisions. For all expenditures, we perform a formal vendor selection. We use request proposals. Business requirements are gathered from all relevant stakeholders. Again, rate each one of these as relevant to your purchasing leadership and management capabilities. Then we rate project management within the company. All projects are documented in some sort of project management system, which is a vital part of making sure that your strategy is actually communicated into projects and those projects deliver on the strategy. Crucial, follow-up and completions of projects are conducted post-evaluation. Time management exercises are completed by all appropriate staff. Communications, how do we communicate? How does our staff, our management, and our leadership communicate within the companies? Staff provided with activity reports on a regular basis. We communicate all changes to corporate policy, effective efficiency. Our meetings are well organized and documented. We have regularly company-wide meetings to promote communication. Again, communication, we do tend to get caught up with the busyness of, and that could be an area where specifically management has not been as clear as to communicating. Team building, we have documented skills and inventory. No, we don't. Our organization has regular off-site meetings. Another one where we are guilty due to being too busy. We use our team charters to define team members' mandates and responsibilities. We are familiar with Balban team roles and use the framework to guide. So again, something to do research and make sure that we are relevant and implement that. So once this analysis has been done, we would then go through to the results to look at what is the areas that need high focusing, our decisions on purchasing, our communication. And in general, we can see that as far as management and leadership, we have got gaps. The ones that are the biggest weighted would be looking at training, looking at leadership, and project management, where those are significant gaps. As we can see here, our biggest being communication, our biggest strength being the leadership, 3.4 out of 3.9, not bad. A big gap again would be our management and leadership with regards to purchasing. So again, an effective way of getting an overall view of the company, but also making sure that each one of those assessments you have got the recommendations to assist the customer to put a plan in place to improve communications, training, budgeting, and all the other stuff that contribute to the management and leadership assessment. And again, the relevant activities where we have the biggest gap needs to be repopulated in the gap analysis that was done within the business planning or performance module initially.